Was Jar Jar lame?
Oh, that was the one I was hoping you were going to go with, but you know, big smoking hole might be a clue.
Yeah, that was gonna be the other one. Definitely was gonna go for it too. Why the? I'm telling you, I'm having just so many difficulties here with technology. This one's not my computer's fault though. Why is it not just okay? Interesting. So
I
show.
blame the Dark Regent.
Yeah, it could be that we need the sentries here because I am lying. We are there. It is. No, it's not. We are live on Twitter, but it is not on my feed for me to pin it.
I
But
know.
it's
I was looking for it. Because I always try to like quote tweet it like right
yeah,
before we go live, and it wasn't there.
it didn't post on the feed, but it shows it on the live little sidebar. Not sure why. So yeah, it's good when it comes to that. Maybe yeah, we're there.
But we're on the Ube that is tubed.
Yeah. No, well, we're on the. It says shows that it's live on Twitter, but it's like on the sidebar where it says live on X.
Yeah.
But it didn't post directly to the to my
Yeah,
feed.
I see it right there. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
it's right there. I mean, I guess, but it's not. Well, that's stupid. Yeah, technology has just not been my friend today, folks. Anyways, welcome to DC Fan-imated. We are back. We are back. We took
Sorry
a
about
little break.
last week. That was
It
my
happens.
fault. Yeah. If anyone, I'm just going to be completely honest. Last week was my first week with my new promotion at my new store, and I had mandatory overtime where I stayed like 2.5 hours past when I was supposed to leave. And by the time I got home, I had nothing in the tank.
Yeah, yeah. He hit me up. He goes, "Can we push it an hour?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, it's fine." Gave me time to record a video and stuff, and then he was just like, "You know what? I just I'm like, dude, I get it, man. I get it.
Because I had to be at work the next day. See,
Yeah, you
tomorrow's
need
my
it.
day off, so I was like, I got off an hour after I was supposed to today, and then I was like, I have a day off, so it's like, oh no, we're doing this thing. I'm so sorry, guys. I really do love doing the show, but I was not going to be fun last week.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It happens. Sometimes work, exhaustion. Hey, it's happened to me where I'm just like, yeah, your head's not into it. You're exhausted. Yeah. So no problem at all. But we're back, and Scott's got a new shirt.
I do have a new shirt. So once again, link down below. Order from the Film Junkie store, because I'm telling you guys, this is the early shirts,
Yeah.
like Exclusivo. I still
Yeah.
have Exclusivo, by the way. I
No.
I miss Exclusivo. But the Fan-imated shirt for when we were Batman the Fan-imated stream, I still love that design of us
Yeah.
standing on the rooftop. And then this Batman shirt that I've been waiting for how many years now?
I know. It was like, I mean, at least it was like over a year, but yeah, it was like for a bit where I just like because well, there was like this whole thing of like I wasn't really pushing the shirts, and then I was like, all right, and I was like, I got to get you one, and then of course I just kept putting it in the back of my mind, and then I finally got around to it, and then of course it took like 2 or 3 months just to I don't know, probably took longer than that. I don't know.
I
I
think it took
remember
longer than for the shirt to arrive to you. And
yes.
then the postal service decided to take 2 weeks to get it from California to me.
I
So,
remember it was a Thursday that I sent it off, and they said, "Oh, it should be there the following Monday. It should take about 5 days."
oh shit.
Nope, it did not. And I was like, "Great!" It got lost in the mail, and then of course, I thought I kept the receipt. Didn't have the receipt, and I was like, "Great! I'm just gonna have to send another one." But then finally, it showed up. You know.
Yeah.
So,
And with a little special prize that's still upstairs, but I
yeah,
was
yeah. Got him a little. Well, essentially this batarang right here.
it's the Keaton batarang.
Batarang. It's a Keaton batarang. So.
It folds and it unfolds.
Oh,
It's oh god. Another wonderful batarang for my collection. Like I need more shit.
I
Because that's
know, right?
exactly how my wife that's how Heather felt. She was like, another shirt. Just
I know, but it's a cool shirt. I mean,
it's a great shirt. I want to go. What? You need more shoes? I don't know.
Ooh, you could have said that. You could have said that.
I didn't.
I know you got to hold that stuff back, but hey,
I know. But
and,
no, guys, seriously, Dave knows how to order like the really, because man, I am such a connoisseur of t-shirts. Like I
Yeah.
hate when t-shirts are like that scratchy, rough material. Oh, this is the and it fits it, and it's got that snugger
Yeah.
fit, which is just how I prefer. I don't like baggy, tinty shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So just it's, you know, it
It's
feels
nice. It's a nice shirt. It's a nice shirt. Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's a good shirt. Yeah, and like I said, it is down below in the Film Junkie closet if you want to check it out, if you want to get yourself one. Like I said, it's called the Bat Font shirt. You know, I thought it was a cool idea.
Oh, I hate the way that my microphone always blocks
Yeah.
off the thing, but yeah, let's once again show off because I think you even wore this. Like, did you wear it this week or last week on one of your streams?
Yeah. When I recorded my video and did the Film Junkie, yeah, because I had a feeling I was like, well, maybe he's gonna wear it, so I'll wear it too. But so I was like, so I wore mine. But yeah, it's a 66 Batman B, it's the 89 Batman A, it's
The
the
Schumacher T,
B, and then it's the Batman M, and then the animated series A, and then the Batman Beyond N.
I have loved this shirt since you designed it, and I have been dying. And he finally got me one. Finally got me one. You know, so I'm excited. It's a great shirt. It feels great. I can recommend. I'm not only I'm a client.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's good right there. But yeah, so if you want to get that, it's a cool little shirt. And yeah, like I said, the tri-blend is always the best. Always the best to go with that.
Always the best. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we're talking Batman Beyond, of course.
Do you remember the trivia that I gave you 2 weeks ago?
No, I don't.
Okay. So this episode, and I don't believe what I mean is like I don't agree with this.
Okay.
But this episode has the lowest IMDb score.
Yes.
Of Batman Beyond. And I only know this because my Declan, who is turning 10 this week.
I cannot believe that. That's crazy.
I know. Found this YouTuber who did this video that it's interesting, but it also pisses me off because he clearly never watches. He hadn't watched any of the shows, so he just got basic facts wrong. But he watched the only episodes he watched of every Batman animated show ever made is that he basically went on IMDb and he watched the highest IMDb score episode and the lowest IMDb score episode.
Of course, yeah.
And then ranked the shows. It was only interesting to me to see which episodes were ranked the highest and the lowest. So for Batman Beyond, this episode is the lowest ranked IMDb episode. But I'm sorry, we've watched worse episodes of Batman Beyond.
No, this one's not worst quality, not really at all.
It's mid quality, really.
It's mid, and immediately I know what you're saying.
Yes,
Rick, yes.
I went there too.
Yeah,
yes.
I think anybody who's seen The Last Starfighter, which I'm actually very surprised there has not been an updated version of that movie. I think we all got the vibes because yes, when this episode starts off, we're seeing like it kind of throws you off a little bit if you're going in pretty fresh. Is like, you got these soldiers that are got this armor on. They're on these like floating. I don't know, what do you call
discs?
Like discs? Yeah, like flying discs.
They kind of what they remind me of is in Kirby's Fourth World. Like this is what Mr. Miracle would have been like flying on. It doesn't quite have like the whole harness thing like what Orion wears, but it's more like what Mr. Miracle would have, like just those two discs underneath his feet kind of deal.
Yeah. And so we start off with that, and then all of a sudden you start going, oh, wait a minute. Wait, what? Oh, there's a voice that sounds familiar there.
Well, and you can recognize the way they draw Terry's face. Like you see Terry, and then you see Max, and then you see this friend Corey, who we've never seen before, but whatever.
And then we find out it's a virtual reality game called The Last Cosmos. And so of course they're at that, what was that place called? That big like Chuck E. Cheese place. It was like something. Remember?
I remember. It was from Bloodsport because it was the first Stalker episode. Where he took Matt. Yeah. Where he takes Matt.
Oh, love it.
I know, right?
Yeah, but it's that place.
Yes.
But yeah, and then immediately when you see, somebody up on like, where all the little slides and freaking, crawl space little things, little tubes and stuff, you see a dude that looks like one of those guys, and he of course is like,
He's got a video camera, which is
yeah,
kind of cool because we've seen, like, it looks like the camera when Terry snuck into the like the alternative school
yeah,
in that episode.
yes,
But it's also important to know that Corey gets like the high, going
yes,
kind of with the Last Starfighter feel. He's like, he
yes.
gets the high score.
Gets the high score, and so we got to. Is Corey a voice?
No, Corey is not a voice.
Thank God, because I was like, he sounds familiar, but maybe he's just a voice actor that I've heard throughout something.
Yeah, there is one voice for you to recognize, and I'm gonna wait and see if you get it. So
Okay, because
but I'm telling you, of all the voices, there's only one that's a air quotes somebody.
Okay.
So I'm putting that out there just to manage expectations for
Oh boy, I think I might. I don't know.
Okay. Well, wait till we get there.
We're teasing it. We're teasing it because this is just we're meeting Corey for the first time, and yeah, he just has that familiar kind of teenage voice that you probably hear throughout so many different cartoons, and I'm guessing that he probably is just a voice actor.
Probably, well, definitely, because once again, the voice that I recognized, like I recognized it, and I just checked the credits to just like that one where you're like, I know it's this, but I still just need the credits to like verify it for me. But I checked Corey, and no, it's just the name didn't pop. So I'm guessing, like you said, just good, solid teenage voice actor.
Cool. All right. Good. I was like, oh my God, am I going to have one of those? I'm not going to have a LeVar Burton moment, am I?
No, LeVar Burton moment. No, not at all.
Thank God. All right. So yeah. So naturally, like you said, Corey, yeah, he gets the highest score. So now, yeah. So anybody out there who's watching this and drawing parallels to Last Starfighter, yeah.
Which, by the way, if you've not seen Last Starfighter, oh my God.
Do yourself a favor. It's a great 80s movie.
It's a great 80s movie. And a shameless plug, if you go to Lisa's I Love That Movie podcast, one of the last times I was on that show, the movie we talked about was The Last Starfighter. So
nice. I haven't watched that movie in so long. I remember when I was a kid. Oh, remember like when what was the dude's name that picks him up? And he has, the alien, the dude with like.
The actor is Robert Preston.
Yes, but I forgot what his freaking character's name
was. His character's name was.
Yeah, but they're like in that flying car, and of course, like they're out in space, and then I don't even remember who was the main character's name too. I can't remember.
Alex. His name was Alex.
Alex, that's right. And then all of a sudden, it's like he's in the back seat, and he sees like him pull off his face.
Yeah. It starts like wiping his eyes.
Yeah. And it's like, and then he turns and he just like, it's like all you see is like glowing eyes, and it's like startling. That scared me as a kid.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Oh my God. That scared me as a kid. I had to like, there was time. It took me a bit. I remember where I had to like turn away or cover my eyes during that part of the movie. It just freaked me out. Because like
1984 is when that movie came out.
Geez, a year after I was born. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, because he's like knocking on. He's like, "Hey, what's going?" And then he just turns, and it's just like, "Oh, whoa!" Yeah, man.
Great movie. Arrow Films did a Blu-ray and a 4K release of it. So do yourself a favor and check it out. I have not watched the 4K. I did upgrade. So, but what a great movie. It was so funny is that I didn't realize that the screenwriter was inspired by King Arthur, but then I realized in the dialogue, Robert Preston's character calls it the Excalibur test. And I'm just like, why did I never pick that up as a kid?
That does make sense. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, that's right. Alex Rogan. That's right.
Yes.
I was just watching something. Oh yeah, I was at my mom's like a couple weeks ago, and she likes to watch like like they have those TV stations where it's like old TV shows.
Yes. Like if you have like a digital, like if you got like the digital antenna and there's like there's like the 4 channels underneath the main channel. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's like a channel that's just dedicated to just playing old shows, and it was that Ted Danson show, Becker. And
I love that show.
The show was great. So we were watching an episode, and yes, Lance Guest was he was on the episode we were watching, which was funny. She was like, "You recognize that guy?" I'm like, "He looks familiar. Last Starfighter." Oh, I was like, so that's kind of funny. That was literally like a week and a half ago, which is funny. So yeah, and I remember I always wanted to play that game. That game looked fun. Did they actually have that game?
No, they didn't. But it
was
was
3D when you see the ship like go up and everything.
Oh yeah,
1984. I mean, pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, like that's the kind of thing that like you like what was just crying for like a tie-in game kind of deal.
It was crying. Yeah, but it was. I think it was just because it was so early '80s. If it was later on, they totally would have capitalized on that.
Right.
Totally would have capitalized on that, and there probably would have been some sequels. And of course, Catherine Mary Stewart. Oh, she was that 80. I remember
that 80s girl next door.
Yeah, she was in the movie The Night of the Comet. I remember that. You remember that movie?
I never saw that movie.
Oh, that was like it was a weird movie. She was in that movie. She was in Weekend at Bernie's. I remember specifically.
God, it's been so long since I've seen Weekend at Bernie's. Oh, I love Weekend at Bernie's.
It's just she was just like so just pretty face and probably still looks pretty great too. But I was just looking at because I was like, oh yeah, going down some nostalgia right here. That's for damn sure, folks.
But which is kind of cool because that's what this episode of Batman Beyond kind of plays on that because once Corey gets that high score and we see that Sentry, so we know something's going on. He gets that email from Simon Harper.
Yes.
Who, is the creator of Sentries of the Last Cosmos. And he gets invited to Sentrycroft, which was kind of funny because I was thinking like, oh, this is like Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah, kind of like something like that because like, oh, you get to go to the premises. Holy crap. And it's funny too because when he does get there is a camera that shoots out to look at him, which kind of reminds you a little bit in Return of the Jedi.
Yes, yes, at Jabba's palace. Yes,
yeah. So you kind of get like a little.
And I will bet you dollars to donuts they totally did that on purpose. Like that's definitely a Return of the Jedi reference,
1,000.
along with many other Star Wars references throughout this episode.
Yeah, because it is kind of cool how like because we already saw this when you're playing the game is like they have these swords that are just made of fire. I mean, it's pretty cool because it looks like a torch, but it is kind of like
a lightsaber.
Kind of like a lightsaber, but you wouldn't think like it's just because it literally just looks like a torch. That's kind of in a shape of a sword.
Well, but then it kind of reminds me of like what Zach did in Rebel Moon with those the Kryptonian guard blades.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I was thinking about that too because I remember for the longest time we were wondering what is a Zack Snyder lightsaber going to look like, and he just like, well, they're actual blades and it's actual certain kind of steel, but of course they have like, around it, it's kind of like, it does look like it's on fire kind of thing. And
yes, because it's super heated.
Yes,
yeah. And I always like that. I kind of, it's almost also kind of what they did with Kylo Ren's lightsaber in the sequel trilogy, because the idea of that was, of course, that his kyber crystal was busted.
Yes.
And so the energy was more unstable for his lightsaber. But yeah, because you get the idea when they meet Simon Harper, they call him the wise. He's wearing the robes of the wise ones. And you're like, okay, you're a Jedi man. Like you look like a Jedi, you know.
He's got the whole get up on.
He's got the whole get up on.
He's not the voice that I'm trying to guess.
No.
Okay, good. Because he has like an Australian accent.
Well, because he's Australian.
Yes, I know.
I figured that. Yeah, the actor is Australian. I looked him up. Name's not anyone, but he was big on General Hospital. The one thing that because he's Australian, and it's been so long, but he was a voice. He was a voice in The Rescuers Down Under.
Okay. Because didn't we have like a character previous that had an Australian accent that was kind of known?
We did. What
Yeah.
was it? Oh, I know. I think I can't remember if it was an Australian actor or
Or
the
he
actor. It
they
was
were doing
doing an
yeah.
Australian accent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's what it was. Because then I thought, that's not the same voice actor, is
No,
it?
it was not the same voice
No,
actor. No,
no.
no.
Okay. All right, good. All right, good. I think I'm confident.
Oh,
Uh,
good, good, good. I like seeing you confident. Okay.
because I was like, okay, it's got to be either this guy or the other guy, and I think I know who the other guy is.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll wait till we get there. We'll wait till we get there. So yeah. So it's really funny though. Is so when Simon Harper takes these three boys who obviously were all like high score finishers. Corey is clearly the biggest geek of them all because he knows all the details. It hurts a little bit. Feels like me. But when he takes him into like this giant room, it's kind of like, like I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's like a sanctum where you like see the events from the game playing on this, like almost like what we would now refer to as like the volume
Yeah,
kind of playing around
yeah.
them. And it's funny is that the composer, I didn't pay attention to which one of the three, the not Shirley Walker, but the other, Michael Lolita and Christopher. I didn't pay attention to which one composed this episode. But this is when even the music starts to emulate Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Well, there's even
Because
sound effects that you hear early on in that opening scene that almost sounds like Star Wars sound effects.
yeah, but there's that piece that I think it's I think it's not Luke and Leia. Or maybe it is Luke, but it's the dun 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 dun. Like
Yeah.
you could hear it, and they're doing that thing that composers will do, where they'll play they won't rip it off, but what they'll
Yeah.
do is that they'll match like the chords or the jumps, so it gives you that feeling of that piece of music. Like it sounds like the piece of music that you recognize, but it isn't that piece of music. And they do others, and there's other times throughout the episode that clearly you're like, there's that star, like if John Williams score, you're like that piece and that piece, like you can tell which pieces they referenced to make sound alikes throughout the episode. But that was the first scene where I was just like, oh,
we got it.
There's that one. Okay, there's that one. So and he explains the story of Sentries of the Lost Cosmos, and you're like, okay, the wise ones are like the Jedi Masters, Sentries are like Jedi Knights. You got the Dark Regent, the Emperor. It all kind of like, and it's funny. I meant to look this up, and I didn't. I'm actually going to do it right now live. Because I wanted to know, like, when did this episode air? Just for reference, and
Gotta
let's
be
see,
2000, right?
May 6th, 2000.
Yeah.
It was when this episode.
Well, I mean, they do. I mean, he makes a Jar Jar comment, so I was like, it had to be after.
Well, because that would have been May of 1999 when episode 1 came out. So yeah,
so funny too, because what was I watching? I was just on my feed, and it's so weird. It is kind of creepy because it's a little bit of a tangent here, but it is kind of creepy because when I'm looking at TikTok or something like that, and they start they let me know that, well, first my friend, one of my really good friends that I text all the time, she let me know that the where the town I grew up in Redlands, California, that the movie theater that I used to go to a lot when I was like in my teenage years and everything with my friends, it was the Krikorian. I don't even think Krikorians are around anymore. Do you know about Krikorians? Did you guys
not?
Yeah,
no.
It wasn't even like a countrywide franchise, but I mean, Krikorians were everywhere, at least on the West Coast. Krikorian theaters, and we got one, because in Redlands, all we had was like this shitty. It was called the Rainbow Theater. It was 2 screens. One was really small, one was big, but it was like old. It's not. It was kind of cool because kind of almost felt like the movie theater from Last Action Hero. A little
Okay.
bit,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that. Very, very old. And anyway, so we finally got this, hey, deluxe, ultimate, and it got bought out because Krikorian, like, I don't know, they sold all their stuff, and it got bought out by one company, then another company, and then apparently it was being ran terribly. I never went to it because I didn't really like what it turned into. It was like too much of a restaurant vibe,
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
where they serve your food. Are you a fan of that?
What? Of
Of getting your food like served to you in the middle of a movie?
uh
Kind of.
well, okay. Not in the middle of the movie.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I
Before the
always
movie.
before the movie, like I
Okay.
schedule it because I always schedule it so it gets delivered to me like during the commercials and
Okay.
the
Well, you're
trailers.
yeah. Well, you're a nice movie goer, which I love. I hate it when these people show up first off like 20 minutes late, and they're walking through and all the stuff with their freaking
Oh
everything.
no, I always get there like, because you can schedule like,
Yeah.
so the movie theater that I have, the one that's got
So you could schedule getting your food.
you could schedule getting your food. And
Good on you.
so
You plan ahead.
I plan. Anytime I do food, I don't wait to order when I get to the theater.
Okay.
I have the
Yeah.
app. I place my order. I mean, sometimes like if I've already like, if I know I'm going to the movie, I place my order like in the morning before I go see it in the evening, and then I schedule it like 10 to 15 minutes before the start time, which usually means that they never deliver it on time, rarely. So usually it's like then like at the beginning of the trailers they'll show up with the food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you do that, because I remember I've gone to those certain ones, and I'm like, when I see like, somebody dropping off food in the middle of the movie, it's just kind of because they're looking around, like, holding the food, and I'm like, it's a little distracting. Because like the movie theaters that I go to, they don't even do that. Like you get it, they don't do the whole waiter thing. But anyways, so they apparently fucked up and it's closed now. So I swear I'm getting somewhere.
But you know what, Dave? You have got me. I'm on the edge of my seat. I am waiting to see how this connects back to the episode we're talking about.
Okay, because when I was receiving these videos, because again, it's creepy when TikTok or even YouTube or something like that all of a sudden starts playing. I started seeing like people post about how the theater was closed. Then it started showing like old things, like the opening of the Krikorian. Before the movie starts, they show you like a like, hey, we're about to watch a movie, and they show you clips of other movies and shit.
Yeah,
So I was getting that, and then I was like, and then it was funny because then I saw a video, and it was people waiting in line for Phantom Menace, and I was going, that was the last time that I ever waited such a long time for a movie, was Phantom Menace. That's how I'm tying this into.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I was like going, that was pretty much the last time that I ever I waited like 5 hours in line for Phantom Menace. I don't know if you remember the last time you waited, a long, in line for a movie or like the longest time you ever did before it got to the point where you can just, buy a seat.
You know what? I don't know. I mean, I can always remember what the last midnight showing was I ever went to, because that was Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
That was the last time, because after that, midnight showing, like they started doing the early Thursdays, and so midnight showings didn't become weren't a thing anymore. And then you could buy tickets online, so it was,
I think my last midnight showing might have been a Revenge of the Sith. Because
Spider-Man 3 came out after Revenge of the Sith. It was like the year after Revenge of the Sith. So
I saw Spider-Man 3, I think the following day. I waited like a couple hours for that, but it wasn't 5. Like it was like Phantom Menace was 5. Because I saw a video where people were like doing the camping out thing. They had the tents and all the shit.
Oh yeah, I never did that. So
yeah. And it was recorded. It was like, holy shit, look at that. It was like 1999. There it is. And there's that little freaking part right there and everything. I mean, we saw it on a Saturday opening weekend. And there was, we weren't, of course, super close. But yeah, I was just, that was just bringing me back to like how all this is connected, and Jesus Christ, like how they mentioned Jar Jar. We just talked about 1999, and that's why I was like, my brain was just firing off on like, look what I've been watching, and then I just wanted to
I'm
ask
happy
you,
to see how it all. I was
yeah,
happy to see how it all tied. How it tied back
like I
in.
said, it was leading
It
somewhere.
was leading somewhere.
But I had to go off on the tangent of like how
It was a long, windy path.
it was,
But we
because
got
when I went to that movie theater in its current state, which was called Look Cinemas, I remember I went to see a movie that I forgot. I think it was it was a Frank Grillo movie. I forgot. It was a small Frank Grillo movie where he was like in jail in this small town, and he had a
Oh, I know the movie you're talking.
yeah.
I don't remember the name, but I know the movie you're
Yeah,
talking
it came
about.
out
Yeah.
like a few years. It was like during the pandemic, and I went
Right, because
there.
it was wasn't it the same guys who ended up doing who did Fat Man?
Yes,
Or
or yeah, might have been, or yeah, I don't know. I have to look that up. But I went there, and I was like, it was just so like, I was, because this was a movie theater I frequented a lot when I was younger. So like to see what it looked like now, and I was like, oh my god, it was just so weird.
Cop Shop.
Cop Shop, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's right. Not a bad movie, entertaining.
Entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be entertaining, but I like Frank Grillo, so. But it was like one of those, oh yeah, there's a police station, little jail, and then you got to defend the jail from the bad guys. It was like one of those like action movies. Yeah, who directed that? Was it? It wasn't was it the Fat Man guys?
I don't think I think it was the same guy who did like Boss Level, actually, because
Probably.
I love Boss Level. Let's see. Directed by Joe
Cornahan.
Carnahan.
Yeah, that's right. Because Frank Grillo works with him a lot. Yeah, he's the one that did the Rip recently. Smoking Aces, I think he did too. Yeah, he did Smoking Aces as well. He's good at, yeah. Anyways, man, we're going off a big tangent here when it comes to all this, but it worked out.
It did work out. It did work out. So
Yeah.
okay, I got to make sure I have done that thing where now it's like, where are you? There you are. I unfortunately opened up an entirely different, I didn't just open a different tab, I opened up a whole different window in Chrome. So it's just like, where'd Dave go? I see you.
See you. Yeah. So basically now that we're back to obviously Simon Harper, that is letting, obviously we see two other high scorers when it comes to the game, and he's basically gaslighting them into being like, hey, you want to take it up a notch? And then of course one of those dudes with the armor and the floating discs show up, and he's like, basically gonna say that, hey, real life things are happening and we need you, which is kind of funny because Last Starfighter I can understand because you have the controls and you're just like going. And then I could see that translating to actually being in a ship. Cool. But man, these nerdy dudes, do they have to learn how to fly those? I mean, they have to have good balance, right?
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm glad you bring that, because
and you have to work the swords too. I mean,
they got to work through. But I guess, but I think though, when you go back to that first scene when they're in the VR,
virtual reality,
the virtual reality, he's doing all those things in the virtual world. What we don't see in the game is that like it wasn't like he was holding like a Wii stick or something that he's like waving around, and it didn't give you the sense just on with it, because if they had been like one of the floating, like in like Spellbinders, like floating ball thing, maybe there would have been more of a sense of like all that kind of movement. Yeah, because Last Starfighter, at least it's like the game literally emulated all the controls of the Starfighter ship. So it does there's a little bit of a
you have
a
to
leap.
suspend that little disbelief right
There's
there.
a little disbelief, suspension of disbelief there, but you know what?
Whatever.
I think because it's virtual reality and you saw how skilled, because once again, that first scene, Corey is the one who defeats the boss of the level. Like, they only win the game because Corey pulled like some super awesome move and saves Max and Terry at the beginning of the game. So I'm willing to go with it, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so then of course we get to Batman, Terry, who is out and about, and he's getting to the Hall of Records because something is happening at the Hall of Records. Of course, talking to Bruce, and this is where we get that one line, of course, where it's well, actually, before that, I should say I got a little ahead of myself because. Well, no, I didn't get ahead of myself. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, I got ahead of myself right there. But no, we get to the Hall of Records, and then that's where we get that line where a big smoking hole that could be a clue. Funny because something's happening there, and then all of a sudden it's like he's on the rooftop, and yes, there is smoke kind of coming through a hole, so that could be a clue. And then he gets in there, and then sees the three in the armor and with those discs and with those flaming swords that are just like, okay, they're breaking in, trying to do something, and naturally, they fight.
Yeah, Batman intervenes.
Batman did intervene on their little break-in for sure,
but they actually kick his ass.
Yeah, they do a good job. I mean, they are. I mean, again, just if you want to suspend a little disbelief and realize that these guys were playing a virtual reality game, which is essentially a simulator.
Yes,
I mean that's what it is, and I think that's what the game was for. Is okay, when they were trying to find these players to actually be real life guys, to do the bidding of Simon, of course.
Yes.
So they know what to do. They know how to maneuver and stuff. So Terry kind of gets his ass handed to him, and then all of a sudden things start blowing up. And then again, I don't know how many times I'm about to say this, but it's always funny because it's like Batman has his face fully covered, but of course they have his mouth open, so he's when he shouldn't be coughing because it should be,
there should be a filtration system. There really should be a filtration system.
There's no. We should never hear Terry cough when he's in the bat suit. There just shouldn't be that because it's so high tech, so everything, but yet. His mouth is exposed. They could even have something where it's like, hey, smoke, explosions, hit a button, whoop, cover the mouth, you're good. Why didn't Bruce put that in the suit? It's like, come on. Like I said, if they ever make a live action, there's no way in hell that they will not have his mouth covered. It just would not work unless you want to do Shaq in Steel. Yeah.
No.
We don't want to do that. We
do not.
No. So he gets his ass handed to him, and everything starts blowing up and blah blah blah. And obviously we get that shot of him coming out of the rubble. And but naturally it's like, okay, well, Hall Records, obviously that means something.
And it's funny how he talks about, I just got beat by the Sentries of the Last Cosmos, and Bruce is like, what the hell?
Yeah, he's like, what are you even talking about?
The next day, Terry's talking to Max.
Yep.
And he's like, no, there were Sentries. Dude, I got the bruises to prove it. And then they see Corey, and because Max fills Terry in about Corey getting to go to Sentrycroft. And Corey is weirdly standoffish about the whole thing, which of course piques Terry's suspicions.
Of course, because we know that Terry, ever since he's become Batman, he knows his little bat radar. Always,
he's become quite the detective. He's got quite the intuition, and so he goes to Sentrycroft. And that's what really starts to get him because he sees all the cool shit that that's around. It's just
funny though because when he breaks in and it's walking around, it's like, dude, there's gonna be cameras, man. Stealth mode, Terry.
Camouflage, turn it on.
I mean, you have it. Come on, just use it. You're just walking around, and then sure enough, what do they show? A camera going, and then what happens? Drones come out of the wall and start shooting at him. So naturally, and of course, Terry has to dodge all the shooting of the lasers. And I mean, Jesus Christ, the security. I mean, Harper's like, yeah, well, somebody breaks in. I guess the drones are just going to shoot my collectibles.
I know, right?
Wouldn't that be, as a collector, wouldn't you not want that to happen?
Oh my God, that I was not pleased with that, by the way.
Yeah, seriously. It's just like I was like watching it, like you literally see some of the like statues and stuff just they're just shooting, and I'm like, oh, that would suck. If you're a collector, what are we doing? And then of course, Terry being Terry or Batman being Batman, he gets rid of the drones, and then of course Harper just and then all of a sudden he walks out, and it's just like, oh, there he is. He just walks out all casual, like, hey,
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, high security,
yeah,
those crazy fans, you have
yeah.
to take precautions. And then of course I love how Terry's just like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? Sure. What are you talking about? Yeah. And then of course, as they're talking, and I love this because Terry just like does the Batman disappearing act.
Yeah.
Which is
Which is
great.
kind of funny because Bruce actually had to have skill and disappear. Terry could literally just go, "Meow," and like that's the one thing about camouflage mode in the bat suit is like it kind of takes the skill out of Batman disappearing because he can like still
Just
be
literally,
standing.
literally disappear essentially, and just go to that. And but yeah, he just does the vanishing thing, and then of course Harper is just like, okay, well, trying to summon my boys, and naturally Terry left a little listening device, which I always love it. I mean, no matter what, I always love it when in movies and animation when they leave like a listening or a bug or something like that. It's always beep 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 beep.
I know,
beep,
like
beep,
it's a
beep, beep,
blinking
beep.
thing that would totally
Yeah.
attract attention.
But it's got to be a thing where I always, anytime I see something stupid like that, especially when it comes to ribbons on a fucking fan or an AC goddamn vent, just to indicate that air is coming out, I always remember Kevin Smith Dogma commentary, because it was like that part in Dogma where Jason Lee talks about the central AC system they turn on. You see the ribbons. He goes, filmmaking 101, you have to appease the dumbest person in the room. So when it comes to like certain things like that, it's just anytime I see, especially I just hate it when you have to have ribbons on a fan. It's like we see the blades, we know there's air coming out. I can maybe understand a vent where you can indicate because you don't see blades moving, but it's just like it's so ridiculous when you see it on that. But anyways, but yeah, so you see the blinking listening device, little mic thing, bug, whatever, and so naturally, of course, Simon is telling his three little proteges, basically saying like, "Hey, we got this evil dark. What do you call him? Like a
Dark Regent.
dark region is
Okay,
here."
so this is when let's see, before this, it's really feeling more like Star Wars.
Yes.
But when he talks about the game is actually a test, this is the scene where the last Starfighter vibes like
really get into it, and then
really get introduced.
He goes into that room that has all the screams. So it's like the volume kind of thing, and it's like, hey, what's really happening out there is there's actually a battle being fought, and blah blah blah. So, and then he drops the name of what's his name, Eldon
Michaels.
Eldon Michaels. So,
and he claims that that the Dark Regent has taken human form. Yes. And he is here in Gotham. Just happens to be here in Gotham City. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
And then naturally, okay, Batman heard that. Bruce looked up the address, found him, and we get to Eldon's place. Also full more collectibles, to be honest.
Okay, so this was funny because the character design of Eldon Michaels mimics a character design we have seen previously in this universe.
In this
universe. Different show, but in this universe.
I mean, it's such a cliche. Like, it's the fat guy who's a ginger with a beard and glasses. God, what else?
The only thing he's missing, I'm going to give you, this is the clue I'm going to give you.
Okay.
The only thing he's missing is a big gulp with a straw.
I almost had it. Oh, I almost had it. Who? Oh, God damn it. It's right there. When you said that, big gulp with a straw. Fuck. It was, just say it. I can't. It's
Okay,
not.
Beware the Gray Ghost, the guy who runs the film. The film shop
Hey.
that Bruce and Alfred go to when Bruce is trying to find
Yeah.
the episode of the Gray Ghost,
Yeah.
and he's the one who tells them that all the negatives
Like
burned up.
yeah. I was thinking Batman the animated series too. I was like, there's something with there. I was like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
There it is.
that dude is that overweight neckbeard, ginger. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, the guy who runs the film store in Beware the Gray Ghost. Yeah, that's who Eldon Michaels' character design's like. You just ripped that one off.
Funny too, because he similar design was like in the Harley Quinn show, and they did like the release of Snyder Cut fan.
Oh yeah, there was a Snyder Cut fan.
Yeah,
yes.
the Snyder Cut fan, which was kind of cool because there was a campaign, and I actually have the shirt that he was wearing. And like they people were like, "Yeah, we're gonna make the shirts on that," which I thought was a cool idea. It's same thing. It's red hair, overweight, beard, glasses. It's just funny. It's like, of course, it's that design. And then what does he do? He starts firing away too, hitting his collectibles.
I know.
What are we doing here, Scott? I mean, geez.
Amateurs. Fucking amateurs.
It's like he just starts firing. I mean, but it's kind of creepy how he looks because you see like his red, like, or not red, but green
eyes. Yes. Yeah.
It's like you see green eyes, but that's just like that's how his glasses are. And I'm guessing that it just helps him see in the dark. That's what I was thinking.
I was wondering if it's just like a reflection.
Yeah, it could have been that.
Lenses.
I just thought maybe his glasses also have night vision.
I didn't think that. I literally just think it's really funny because Terry throws the batarang, knocks and he goes,
"Ow!" And then Terry's like, what? Like you just responded like that? Patton Oswalt?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's Patton Oswalt.
Oh,
yes.
God, thank God. Because I was like, that was the only one where I was like, sounds like Patton Oswalt, and then there were some times where I was like, no, maybe it's not. I was second guessing myself because I was like, okay, because obviously this is 26 years ago.
Yes,
people's voices change. And then not to mention he's doing voice acting. So it's not like he's trying to do fully his voice. He's probably doing a little bit, changing it a little bit. So there was times where, because obviously this Eldon dude, he's there for like the rest of the episode. And there's just times where I'm like, oh man, right there, he didn't sound like Patton. Am I wrong? And then all of a sudden he was like, oh no, he does. No, he doesn't. Oh, he does. I was like, so thank God it was that one.
Patton Oswalt, yes. Eldon Michaels' voice was Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, once you said it wasn't Simon Harper, I was like, okay, I think I got this because Patton Oswalt has a pretty distinct voice.
Distinctive voice, yes.
Yeah, naturally we got all that, and then he starts explaining things to him, but of course the Sentries, those guys.
I love the Philip K. Dick reference, by the way. That was cool.
Did he say that? What did he say?
Because the typewriter, because Terry walks up to it, he goes, "What kind of word processor is this?" And Eldon's like, "It's a typewriter. It belonged to Philip K. Dick, the greatest science fiction writer ever."
Fuck, I must have missed that when I was typing like notes. Damn it! Oh man, I will have to go back and hear that. That's so cool. But I love that. I love that when they make some of those kind of reference right there, especially somebody like that. So because of course they're gonna act like that. Best writer ever. It's almost like the comic book guy. And
he's a comic book guy from The Simpsons. Yes, exactly. But I also love the fact that this guy's like using a typewriter, and Terry, once again, Terry going, he doesn't even know what a typewriter. Of course, that also reminds me. Okay, this is my tangent. So I used to love watching on PBS Evening at the Pops, which was the Boston Pops Orchestra.
Okay.
And I was watching it mainly after John Williams left being the conductor. But they would do a lot of things where they would have guest performers come perform with the orchestra. And there was an episode where Penn and Teller performed with the Boston Pops Orchestra. And the joke was, because there's that really famous piece of music called The Typewriter. Do you know that piece?
No, I don't know that.
Okay. It basically goes ding, like it sounds like
Okay, I think I might have heard that. Sounds familiar.
Right. And so it sounds like da ding, da ding. So the
Yeah.
whole point is it sounds like someone typing on a typewriter, and then occasionally, and you remember when a typewriter would get to the end, the bell would ring, and then you'd have to do that. Well, you'd have to like push it back to go back to the other margin of the paper. And Penn and Teller joked, but since nobody under the age of 40 knows what a typewriter is, we would like to present the video game. And they literally programmed a video game to match the music, the melody of the typewriter. Yes. So the fact that Terry didn't know what a typewriter was, I always think about that joke of Penn going, Penn and Teller going, says no one under the age of 40 knows what a typewriter is.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, so the Sentry guys just like come in, and then of course they take.
They destroy even more collectibles.
Of course, yeah, more things get destroyed. So, if you're a collector, you're going to be disappointed in some of the stuff.
You have a little anxiety. You have a little PTSD.
All the damage that happens when it comes to the collectibles that these two own. But yeah, they take Eldon, of course, because that's their mission.
Yes.
And but it's just it's just funny how they just like carry him off into the night air. Big dude, man.
Big dude.
But they have two of them that carry him, of course. And then and then of course we get to back to
the sanctum or what?
The Sentry crop. We get back to the lair of the good old Simon, and damn, does he say something a little bit like, "Why'd you bring him here?" And then they're like, "I thought this was like what you wanted," and they're like, "You should have killed him." What?
What?
He wanted them to,
the Sentry's code.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, you don't even know. I mean, you're trying to gaslight these guys. You don't even you wanted them to kill him, and then you didn't think that they would have a problem with that. Like, hello, you should have had one of your other guys that were like one of your henchmen be there with them, and then he could have just did the freaking whatever, kind of offed him. But yeah, that was like, holy shit. But he said that it was like, he actually you're telling a high school student who love a game to have, you should have killed him. I was like, wow. But then I love the fact that Corey was like, the oath. He was like, hey, we can't do that. What are you talking about? And it was just like, geez. And then, naturally, like Eldon is just starts like kind of like,
dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a lawsuit.
Yeah, and he gets zapped like fucking Simon is Palpatine.
I know. Once again, getting those Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I guess you have to die.
I know. I love it. He's like, mentioning that he sued him, and then he goes like, and then when he gets zapped back, he goes, okay, not 20%. How about
15?
Yeah.
Such a pussy.
I mean, it was funny. He's funny. I mean, it's Patton Oswalt. You got a comedian who's the voice acting. He definitely delivers the lines very well. And then, of course, it gets intense, and this is where, of course, we're gonna jump into
this will be the clip, of course.
Of course, the climax of this crazy episode, and Batman intervening, and the music's
Star Warsy. It's really Star Warsy.
Definitely. And then of course I love how the guy like ran into the screen and now it's all effed up.
I also love how they never explain who these two dudes are.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And then of course Terry brought the file that Eldon had, which was the script.
Michaels created the game. Harper just produced it. He was supposed to share the
now that whole plot, like how
back.
Harper was the producer and Eldon actually created it, that also gave me like, if you're so smart, why aren't you rich? Vibes, because it's like the Riddler origin story.
I could see that. Yeah, totally. Yeah, one guy created the game, the other guy trying to steal it.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, it's really.
There's where Zim learned to fly.
From the egos of Carizian. And here's where Aaron gets the golden feather from Princess Ala.
Oh my god. But like, I mean, listen to that music. It's totally like the end of Return of the Jedi. You see the choir going. No, this was cool though.
Yeah,
I love the fact that it reveals that this entire time he's been wearing like
Sentries,
his own
to the
suit.
challenge.
You see all the circuitry just like on the bat suit, because there was times where his costume would change, like in the middle, and then you're like, how is he shooting force lightning out of his hands? And then you realize that probably that suit was projecting, a hologram around him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's where the electricity is coming from.
Yeah. And then, of course, the three gentlemen through harder smoke
and mirrors.
Why did he do it? Didn't he already have enough money?
It's not easy to give up.
I love that Bruce ends up with one of those lightsabers. He's trying to make it. It's like, oh, something else for the trophy room.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they do now?
And of course,
You left this at Sentrycroft, Mr.
Michaels.
It's too important to trust anyone but you.
Thanks. Wait. What did the wise ones mean when they said?
And this is a little sweet ending
It is
because it's like they have questions about the mythology, and the only guy who can answer it is the guy who actually wrote the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you really want to know,
see that you can hear Patton
Oswalt
Oswalt
long time ago in a cosmos far from Earth.
But
far from Earth.
Wear a bigger shirt that doesn't show your belly button.
I know. But the other thing that I found sweet about that ending was that Eldon has clearly been quite the recluse since he created the game, and then he got fucked over by the prophets. I'm not going to say he doesn't enjoy a little bit of the hero worship, but at least it's also him inviting in people and having a little bit of a human connection. So like there's something there that I don't think is just him getting his ego stroked, but I do think he sees people who appreciate what he creates, and there's that sense of wanting to share that.
Yeah.
With other people. I mean, it's kind of like why we do this show. It's like we love these connected animated series, and we love being able to share that with an audience who's been tuning in for 4 or 5 years now. I mean, we started in April. Like, are we at year 4 or are we at year 5 at this point?
Because it was like 2021, 2022, right?
I keep on looking. Actually, I just had a Facebook memory of us talking about like the lead up to us talking about World's Finest Part 1.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think it was 22, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It was
21.
Was it around the time when the Snyder Cut came out?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Maybe it was. I don't know. Eric in the chat said that he looks Eldon Michaels looks like a young George R.R. Martin.
I yeah.
I mean, big dude with a beard, glasses, and I don't know if he was because he says white. He's like all white beard and everything. So I don't know if he was a ginger at one point, but I don't know if there's any young. So what do we got next week?
We have an episode called Payback. Yeah, I didn't look at the thumbnail. I didn't read the description.
Ooh. Okay, the thumbnail, something about it is firing up something in my brain.
Oh, okay. I didn't do any of that. I just looked at the title and just went, like most season 2 titles, like they don't fire anything for me.
Yeah.
God, I really want to know. Of course, I go May of 2000. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, graduating high school. It's just like, clearly there was something about my senior year of high school that has just made, these Batman Beyond episodes like really rusty, which is funny because that means season 3, I think I remember them really well. And that was my freshman year of college. And why does that stick out to me better? I don't know.
You had because you were in college and you had nothing really else to do. And
I did. Oh my God. I remember getting my first year of college going, really, this is it. Like, my high school was so much harder than my college.
Yeah. See, there you go. Oh man. So what movie you seeing this week?
Okay. Whether I'm actually going to make it or not, I don't know, because my work schedule makes it really hard now because I can't even trust when I'm going to get off of work. But I got 2 movies I'm trying to catch this weekend. Now my wife is kind of messing around with my schedule, but I was going to go see that new anime movie, Scarlet.
Didn't even know about that.
Okay, Meg saw it like the end of last year, so there must have been like some sort of early critic screening or something. I saw the preview for it when I went to go see on Halloween the sing-along K-pop Demon Hunters, so I could see it on the big screen. It looks really grand and high fantasy. It looked like a really cool anime, so I wanna check that out. But then, of course, the other big one this weekend is Crime 101.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm seeing tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't see it tomorrow because I got to be at work at 6 a.m. on Friday. And unfortunately, my new store, for the past almost 3 years, my commute has been 9 minutes. My new commute is 23 minutes. So, even if I go to work at 6, that means I have to wake up at 4 to get up and get ready. So I'm looking at maybe a Friday night. I don't know. I like I said, I hate the fact that I can't nail it down. But yeah, I'm trying to get Scarlet and Crime 101. They both look really good. Crime 101 is like, ooh, this is really up my alley. Like, dude, so I'm excited.
It's getting like great reviews too.
Is it really? Is it really good?
Dude, I mean, again, like when they first post the Rotten Tomatoes, you always got to like wait a little bit. But I mean, it was like 24 reviews in, all 100%. So it was like 100%. With 24 reviews, I'm like, okay, at least it wasn't 6
or 7. Right?
Yeah. I'm like, okay. And then I was seeing like good things, and I don't know where it's at right now, but apparently people are just like loving the cast and all the twists and turns, which that's what I'm all about. I'm all about a heisty crime, and you had a stacked cast, and aging like fine wine, Halle Berry. So Jesus Christ, can't go wrong with seeing her. Hopefully she's on there as much as possible because I got it. But that's what I'm seeing tomorrow with my dad. So yeah, I'm like going, there's no way I would go see Wuthering Heights by myself.
Oh, God, no. I have had no interest in that movie.
No, me neither.
Ever. Ever.
I mean, I get it, and that movie's probably gonna do really well because it is perfect for the Valentine's Day weekend. Fine. As much as I love Margot Robbie, and I am slowly becoming a fan, especially after Frankenstein when it came to Jacob Elordi.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. But I'm like, it's not for me. Not for me at all.
No, not for me. Like there's nothing. There has been nothing. Like I've read the book.
You read the book?
I've read the book.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's enough.
I mean, I've read the book. The book is confusing as hell because it and even Emerald Fennell, whatever her name is. I mean, I didn't like Promising Young Woman, and I still haven't seen Saltburn. Sorry, Travis. And and so like, there's just nothing about her filmmaking that has.
Wasn't Jacob Elordi in that one too? Yeah, he was. He was.
Was he in that one too?
Yeah. I believe he was the guy that Barry Keoghan was like obsessed with.
Okay. So, because I always remembered that it always gave me a little bit of Talented Mr. Ripley vibes.
Yeah. I think Jacob Elordi was the guy he was obsessed with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was nothing about that movie, and it is getting panned so hard.
Is it really?
All the reviews I have seen.
I've seen mixed. Yeah.
Everything that's popped up in my feeds has been like burn it to the ground. Yeah.
I've seen people I saw one that said like, I read the book, the movie is not as good, but still decent enough or something like that. I mean, it's so weird because I think I've been trying to just like, I mean, it was kind of weird because you got like Margot Robbie just saying some really weird, like some shit where I'm going, man, her poor husband, if he heard that. It's like, I don't know if you've seen some of the things that she said.
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, she said some like I don't know if she's just trying to sell the movie and it's just whatever. But I mean, she was saying stuff like, "Oh, there was a scene where he lifted me up, and I've never felt like I felt this whole thing inside. And I was like, what are you talking about? Don't say that. You're a married woman. There's a young, and then she said she screened the movie for like 15 of her lady friends, and they were all like foaming at the mouth, like, oh my God, this is so hot, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like,
yeah, that sounds like PR, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is because a lot of people are going like, she's married, right? And just
with a kid.
Yeah, she's got a kid, I know. So that's probably what it mainly is. It's like, it's kind of like that's just what they do. And I think they're really trying to lean into like,
but it's also feels like that traditional Valentine's Day weekend dynamic. You got the movie that all the chicks are going to go to, and you get the movie that all the dudes are going to go to. It's like
pretty much
the women are going to go see Wuthering Heights, except for my wife. My wife has no interest in it.
It's funny too because my dad's bringing his wife, and she wants to see Crime 101. And I'm like, good on her.
Good on her.
She doesn't want to see the fucking stupid, silly romantic movie where there's a lot of rain. But but I'm really looking forward to it. So,
can I throw something at you that I think because me with streaming series, I don't always catch things like immediately when they come out.
Yeah.
But if you want some fucked up twisty shit, you like fucked up twisty shit, don't you? Have you watched His and Hers on Netflix?
No, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. Yeah. That's on the list. Yeah.
Dude, Heather and I binged half. It's only 6 episodes. Because it is adapting a book. So it's shorter because, I thanks to streaming, I will die on the hill that the best way to adapt a novel is a miniseries.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would agree with that. I think a lot of people would agree, unless you have, if something like Dune, you can.
But you have 2 movies.
If you have 2 movies that you can, at the studio, be like, you can make it the length you want. We got the budget. Here you go. And that, again, movies, they can work in a sense when it comes to that. Like I said, Dune is a good example, but that's a rare example.
Yes,
sure. But I think you nailed it right there, and I've said that too. And I think that's why even it's going to be interesting to see the Harry Potter series, that now that they have a whole series to like kind of take their time with.
Right, and you get a season per book.
Yeah, you're not getting just one movie 2 hours plus, maybe longer, because I know some of them got longer. But then you're like trying to cram all that into a movie length, and it's like. Yeah, but like you said, they're now they're going to be like, oh, we got like 5-6 hours to fucking fit right here when it comes to all that. So that's cool. At least
I will tell you this: the first episode alone has more twists than that entire shows would give you.
My friend Vanessa, because she asked if I watched it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard about it. And then she was like, I'm watching the first episode. I'm like, and she was just going, fuck. She just basically said fuck. I was like, oh, that good, huh? All right. She's like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens in the first episode. I'm like, good.
It is a great show because lately it's been like, you get that. The 4th season of The Lincoln Lawyer just came out on Netflix. I love that show. And it was already renewed for season 5 before season 4 even aired.
Nice.
I think, you haven't watched The Lincoln Lawyer, have you?
No, I saw the movie. I saw the movie
with McConaughey.
Yeah, but I haven't watched the show.
I think you would really enjoy the show.
Okay,
like
that'll be. It's on Netflix, right?
It's on all this is on Netflix. But it was weird because the one thing I can't stand about Netflix is that like season 4 dropped and I didn't find out
about it.
I didn't even know about it. And
I knew about it. I knew about it because I saw something on my feed where they were like they were doing like a Q&A with like some of the actors and stuff, and I went, oh. And there was one actress where I was like, oh, I remember her. She's in that. That's cool. God damn, she looks good still. It was like one of those things.
Well, Ned Campbell's in the show too.
Yeah, I saw that. But there was like one of the other actresses. I'm like, oh yeah, her. I'm like, God damn, how old is she? She's 50 something, and she looks like a fitness model. I was like, God damn. But I'll check that one out too, because I watched the movie and I enjoyed the movie. But again, it's probably one of those like, oh no, you need a, there's so much here that you can, So hey, look at that, we got Samuel. Remember Samuel? Hey, what's going on, buddy? Been forever, but dude, good to see you, bud.
Yeah, we've been good. We've been trucking.
Yeah, we're just doing our thing. We're doing our thing. We're talking about movies in our portion. We already talked about our episode. So, you know what? I'll actually recommend also, because the movie I saw last week, which came out 2 weeks ago, was The Iron Lung. I actually think you might give it a shot.
Okay, because the poster looks kind of creepy. So
So do you know anything about
nothing?
It? Okay,
nothing.
I went in super cold as well, and I highly suggest. I didn't even watch a trailer because I was like, Iron Lung, what is that? I don't know. And then I started finding more about it. This movie is from a YouTuber named Markiplier.
Okay,
he's like a gamer type, and he does other content. I've seen his stuff, over the years, but I never really got into him. But he's a big YouTuber. This is based off a video game, and and mind you, I'm finding mainly all this out when I showed up to the movie theater and I went to the bar to get a drink, and the bartender girl, she goes, "Oh, what are you seeing today?" And I'm like, "Seeing Iron Lung." She goes, "Oh, do you know anything about it?" And I went, "Nah, kind of. I know it's made from a YouTuber that I'm not too familiar with." He goes, and then she started telling me, she goes, "Well, it's based off a video game." I went, "Oh shit, didn't know that." And he's like, "Yeah, he played it on his channel, and then he had some kind of fever dream about the movie version of it, decided to make it." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." So this movie, he paid for it himself, about $2-3 million, funded it himself, and distributed himself.
I wanted to watch it just because I respect the hustle.
Yes, that's exactly why I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." Because if you look on like box office mojo or whatever, they always have the distribution, what studio distribute. It literally is his fucking YouTube name, Markiplier. It says distributed by Markiplier, and he actually posted a video thanking everybody opening weekend. I mean, he funded it $2-3 million. Probably, you could probably tack on more for what other things too, but the fucking movie's made almost $30 million. So he's like, dude, like people are, even when I went to my screening, there was like a group of like younger people there that were all about it because they knew about him and everything. And I was like, and the movie is fucking weird. And it's like, takes place really just in like one little, I mean, you have to watch. It's a sci-fi.
The story behind it is enough to make me want to see it.
And it's science fiction. It's, has to do with like, post-apocalyptic kind of like, but it's like, it's one of those where it's mainly in one area, one spot, and it works. And of course he stars in it. Markiplier is the star. Also, he wrote, directed, produced, distributed, funded, starred. Crazy. And it worked out for him because it's like 30 million plus on the box office. So freaking cool. So, and yeah, I mean, if you don't catch it in the movie theater, it's fine. But I'm just saying, like, give it a try, because it is like, I immediately wanted to watch it again after, because I'm like, what? I was like, because I was trying to, because I went in so cold and I didn't know exactly, and I went, what exactly is going on here? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, is it going to take this route? Oh, gave me a little bit of Event Horizon vibes.
Okay.
So like I totally would wreck that one for you. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Will do.
Yeah. But I love the fact that I figured you'd enjoy the knowing that the dude did it all.
Origin story.
Yes, because I mean that's just changing the game right there. Where because we've had other YouTubers direct movies, but then they get they're not funding it themselves, they're not distributing it. They have studios that back them up. I mean, that happened last year with Shelby Oaks when it came to Chris Stuckman, which didn't quite hit. It kind of bombed, which sucks because it had Mike Flanagan that backed it up as an executive producer. So there was high hopes for it. I'm not saying it was totally bad. I just think it didn't stick the landing. the third act had started falling apart. It was doing a lot of good build up with the first 2 acts, and then it just fell apart in the third act. But this one is just 100%. This dude's like, this is my vision. I played this game. I had a dream. Let's fucking do this. And God damn, talk about just being, talk about winning. So yeah, totally recommend that for anybody out there, of course. So, but there you go. So, all right. So you're going to see Crime 101 and I'm going to see Crime 101. So we'll have our reviews when it comes to that. Follow both of us on Letterboxd. I have to update mine. I kind of fell off. I saw 2 movies and I forgot to write the reviews. I will. I'm keeping up. Don't worry. I'll get to it.
Keeping you honest, though.
Yes, I know. And when I write my Crime 101 one, I'm going to do one for the Wrecking Crew. Did you watch the Wrecking Crew? Yeah, you did.
Because I watched it before you did. Because I posted.
That's right, you did. Yeah.
Freaking love that movie.
Fun movie. Fun.
Oh my God.
Those two. I mean, it's like Jason Momoa is hilarious, but also Dave Bautista. He plays the straight man. He's like he's that guy. He's like
he's Danny Glover to Momoa's Mel Gibson, or he's Sylvester Stallone to. I also made a Tango and Cash reference because it's like
it does have a little Tango and Cash vibes to it as well.
Yeah, but it's just a good. Heather didn't click for Heather, but I was like, I love this. Like I loved your post to like make 17 more of these. Like,
I know, because it was just, I was watching it. It was a Saturday night. I was home and, I'm just sitting there and I'm just chuckling. I'm just chuckling throughout. And I'm like, oh yeah, some of the action looks, the VFX, yeah, they're not that great, but
it was okay. This looked like a made for streaming movie.
Oh, totally did.
Yeah.
But the writing and the chemistry between the two of them just worked very well.
So like if not for Momoa and Bautista, this would not have been as good of like you could have had the same script but with 2 different actors and it wouldn't have been as good. Momoa and Bautista made this movie, and Bautista continues to reign as my favorite wrestler turned actor. Like
totally.
Yeah,
he's
so, and I like his slant, and I like him like being more naturally muscular. Like it really works for him.
He's slimmed up. He's now got the white beard. He's not trying to, he's not trying to hide his age anymore. I don't think. Like he still looks badass, and he still is in better shape than both of us. but at the same time, he's embracing, that he's starting to push 60. Can't be doing the things I was doing before. I can't work out.
Saw some behind the scenes photos of him as the Kurgan in the Highlander.
Oh, that's right. We did see that. How are you feeling about that? How are you feeling about his look?
Yeah. I mean, I loved it when you did your YouTube video about about Cavill and Jeremy Irons. You're like, I have friends who watch the show. I wonder who those friends could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was pulled from the stream, so I did name drop you in the stream. But with the clip, I was condensing it as much as possible. But I figured if you saw that clip, I was talking about you. Because you told me about who Jeremy Irons is playing and how that was the show, not the movie.
Yeah.
I had that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. So
yeah. Did you see the report that there was like a 10-minute continuous sword fight they filmed?
Oh, that's so awesome! It's gonna be badass. I mean, come on, you got Chad. It's Chad Stahelski, right?
It's Chad Stahelski, yeah.
I mean, there's. I just wonder if it's going to come out this year. Probably not, huh?
No, I don't.
It got delayed because Cavill hurt himself doing prep. So it was supposed to probably come out this year because they were going to start filming it at the end of last year.
Yes, they were. Yes,
but they had to wait like 3 or 4 months for him to heal up. So it probably won't come out till next year, which is fine. We don't want them to rush it. We
and give me something to look forward to in 2027.
There you go. But yeah, it was cool seeing that the Bautista and him doing some stunt work, some wire work on the set. There was like a lot of videos coming out where it was actually both of them doing it too, which is cool. They were doing like the wire work. So Bautista, even though it comes from wrestling, he's still trying to do as many stunts as he can. He's not going to be able to do them all, but he was doing some of them stunts, so should be good. But yeah, so I got to catch up on my Letterboxd. But follow us both. I swear I'll catch up. I'll have Iron Lung Wrecking Crew, and then of course Crime 101 to post my reviews on there. And then of course, Scott right here, when the credits are just start rolling, he pulls out his phone and just starts fucking writing his shit. That's what I should probably do. It's
really, honestly, dudes, let the people leave the theater.
Yeah.
Use the credits as almost like a meditative space to compose your review.
But I'm seeing with my dad. He's not, I don't think he wants to sit there and wait for me to,
tell him to go to the bathroom.
True. I could do that. Hey, go to the bathroom. I'll meet you out there. But, we'll see what happens. But all right, so look forward to that. And then, of course, next week, we will be talking about Payback when it comes to Batman Beyond. And we appreciate you guys spending time with us. Go ahead, Scott, promote whatever you want to promote.
Of course, make sure that you're following me on X. It's got DC27. Vero, it's Scott McClellan. We talked about Letterboxd. Scott McClellan, Scott DC27. I teased on my socials that a particular package has arrived. I have not clearly had the time to do anything with it, but if you are following me on any of those handles, there will be a video forthcoming of, something special. So, Dave, the only thing I have to ask you is, why did you say that name?
There you go. Martha. Oh, finally it arrives. Oh, geez.
So long. 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. And it's still in the box, huh?
It's still in the box.
Oh, man. I don't know how you do that. How you could just I would just, anytime I get something like that, I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, God, I don't know. I mean, that's the collector in you. The collector, and the fact that you want to, show the unboxing. I mean, kudos to you for having that restraint. Yeah. The restraint that you have to not just go to town and be like, there it is. Oh my God. Tell the family, leave me alone for about 2 hours.
That's not an exaggeration.
No, not at all.
With some of those hot toys.
No, I get it. So yeah, look forward to that, guys. And like I said, look forward to our reviews of Crime 101. My first reaction will probably be up Saturday. Yeah, I'll post it Saturday morning. And, of course, Vodka Stream on Friday as well, which we got somebody coming on who also has their own comic book that they're putting out there. So he's going to be the guest. He's been on before. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm always down for original content when it comes to stories and everything like that. So it'll be fun. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you next week, and we will talk to you later.